Hello and welcome to Show of the Week. It's a show, it's about Xbox, it's weekly. Anyway, I'm Mike.
And I'm Andy.
You're not Andy, you're Jane in a disguise that, owing some pretty obvious budgetary constraints, looks nothing like Andy.
Nope, I'm definitely Andrew Andy Horatio Farrant, better known by my Xbox Live gamer tag for Anteater.
Alright then, Andy, what have you been up to this week?
Boy stuff.
Boy stuff, such as?
Drinking beer, patriarchy, and conspicuously rearranging my junk.
Alright, 3 out of 3. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, it's just I've been playing Hitman Absolution and I'm convinced that everyone is just a trained killer in disguise trying to murder me. Yes, there are other assassins on the block, but none of them have the same capricious approach to clothing as Agent 47. That suit looks expensive, but no sooner does he enter a level, he's stripping off and dressing like a giant chipmunk or something. Can you think of anything more terrifying than spending your final moments being clobbered to death by this guy? If anything, you'll be making even more costume changes in Hitman Absolution. The game's AI is far more suspicious than in previous instalments, and there's more of them as well. Areas are smaller than previous games in the series, but they're regularly filled with hundreds of civilian bystanders, roaming police and armed goons, meaning that keeping up appearances is more important than ever before. Arguably the biggest new addition to the game is Contract Mode, which has recently been announced as free to all players rather than just included with new copies of the game. Rather than have us explain it to you, why not hear it direct from the horse's mouth? The horse in question being not an actual horse, but the game's director, Tor Blistad.
Well, Contracts Mode basically enables the player to select any character in the entire game as a hit on their own and send that as a hit to their friends, basically.
What was the thinking behind it? Yeah, how did this idea come about?
Well, we always knew we wanted to do something social within the game, and we were thinking about, doing a regular, you could say, multiplayer mode didn't really fit the game very well. And we could see our fans for the last 10 years have been making up hits on their own in the old Hitman games. So basically we're just taking this idea and trying to implement it into the game itself. So whatever you do in the game in the story mode, everything you unlock there you can use to create a contract or a hit on your own that then will go on to our servers and can be played by anyone.
And while Absolution does take its storyline a little more seriously than previous games in the series, there are still moments of slapstick comedy to be found. Ask yourself this: how many other games allow you to murder someone with a disco ball? It's that heady combination of playing dress up and dropping party paraphernalia on unsuspecting victims that makes this our game of the week. Yeah, so after a week of murdering people in darkly comic ways, my head's a bit of a mess, actually.
Whoa, hey, feelings. That sounds like a girl problem. You should go tell Jane about it, bro.
Okay. Well, I suppose she'll be in the kitchen then, which is where people are on the show when they're not on the sofa, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, hi. So you are in here?
Yeah, well observed.
Were you not in the studio 30 seconds ago?
Nope, been here all morning, having a leisurely 2-hour breakfast and pondering the history of the Hitman franchise.
Have you seen Andy?
Yeah, I saw him going to the studio. He was carrying a claw hammer, which is weird because I didn't even know he's into DIY. He's got those dainty little hands.
Yeah, he doesn't seem himself.
Okay, well anyway, do you want to hear about the rich history of the Hitman series or not?
Yes, hit me. Although, don't murder me or punch my face.
The first Hitman game arrived at the turn of the millennium on PC, cordially introducing punters to genetically engineered murder machine Agent 47. Ironically, for a game based around killing stealthily, he's a terrifying bald chap with a distinctive barcode tattoo on his head. Codename 47 established a lot of the elements that define the series, including multiple methods for completing each mission, the ability to assume disguises, and the option to haul ragdoll bodies around. Hitman 2 Silent Assassin refined the concept and offered an even more exotic selection of international locations. It was the series' first appearance on console, and the controls were polished up to reflect that. The best-selling Hitman title to date, this game begins with 47 retiring to a church in Sicily to tend to a bit of gardening. Naturally though, his tool shed full of guns gets a workout when his friend Father Vittorio is kidnapped. Hitman Contracts is the strange fish of the bunch. It had a darker tone and contained remakes of 4 of the levels from the original game, codename 47. It wasn't as critically well received as the previous 2, but sold a not insubstantial 2 million copies nonetheless. And finally, our favourite by far, Hitman Blood Money, which blends imaginative level design and masterful stealth mechanics with a wicked sense of humour. We can think of only one way to appropriately illustrate how much fun it is. Oh, and for the sake of being complete, there's also been a pair of novels based on the games if you prefer your Hitman experience to be non-interactive and described to you, and a film starring Timothy Olyphant that we don't talk about. No, not under any circumstances. No, not even those. Yeah. Okay, you too, bye-bye.
He is a necessary evil.
Comprehensive.
What can I say? I love the Hitmen.
So what's next on the agenda?
Welcome to the comment section. If this show were a web page, this would be the stuff under the stuff you actually came for, but no less delightful.
Yes, scroll with us as we delve into the lower half of the internet, where commenters have been commenting on a video where Andy and Jane create a Portal 2 style potato battery using only their wits, a kit for a Portal 2 style potato battery, and a flagrant disregard for the instructions.
On YouTube, Sean Kennedy says, well, I put a flux capacitor in my potato and I went back to the future.
Well, not very far back, we'd imagine, not on 1.1 volts. So, Sean, if you are trapped 48 minutes in the past, please accept our sincere apologies.
But hey, chin up, only 37 minutes to go until show of the week.
Every cloud. Anyway, Master McGill 2 says, can you make the cake in the next one?
Oh, I'm not allowed to make cakes anymore, not after the unpleasantness.
Over on the site, commenting on the news that texture packs are coming to the Xbox version of Minecraft, Getsugo Tensho says, I'd love the Steel Feathers texture pack on the 360 version. It's by far my favourite Minecraft texture pack.
Minecraft modder Steel Feathers makes some of the loveliest texture packs out there on Minecraft, so we'll drink to that. Check out this Assassin's Creed inspired number, Assassini Costruttori, as captured on an Assassin's Creed inspired map here by YouTuber AMV Fanatic 1081.
Last week's Show of the Week on Black Ops 2 picked up a comment from chili pollen lover Frosty B, who says, when new pack of minks is going to get on the podcast scene? Cannot wait to hear your voices blasting out of my car as I'm doing laps with my homies around the city centre. Actually, I think you'll find the collective noun for minks is a flurry, true fact.
That's mink, Mike, that's a different thing.
Still pretty sexy.
Podcast though.
Right, yes, it's almost at the top of our 6-foot-long priorities list, just under eating, breathing, and making videos about Xbox 360 games.
Honestly, we are dead keen to do it though, and after the November game launch madness dies down, we'll be right on it.
Finally, the ever-astute Team Weorf says on the site, at a guess, next week's show is going to be all about the Hitmans. Does this mean more stealthy behind-the-sofa antics?
We would never be so gauche as to reuse a joke, right, Mike?
All right, Andy, it's probably time you tell these lovely people how they can locate us on the internet.
Well, our home on the web is outsidexbox.com. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/outsidexbox, tweet us at outsidexbox, or hit us up on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/outsidexbox.
Bravo, a flawless performance. Now come on, Jane, I know it's you in there, and somehow, I can't explain how, but you've worked out how to get into that outfit in the time it takes me to walk from the kitchen to the studio.
Hello, is that Andy?
Huh?